I'll be showing you step by step how to add an FAQ page onto your Shopify store menu. Now this process is going to apply to any Shopify theme that you're using or whatever FAQ page setup you're using as well. For this video, we'll just be using a free Shopify app here just to show you the overall process. So I'll leave a link for this in the description below, but I'll click install and I'll just do a really quick setup here by installing the app. You could also use this app if you choose to do so, but note I don't have any affiliation with it. Let's go and add a simple FAQ question. So I'm just going to call this shipping time, and I'll just say it takes 2 to 4 weeks. Now I did a full video on how to set up this app as well if you want to check that out on the channel. But by default, this app is going to load the FAQ page on this URL here. If I can see it on this URL, to note this app needs to be enabled, which I'll do in a sec. But first, I'm just going to copy this URL. I'm going to head to settings, click on the enable app embed section, head to my Shopify theme editor, which is going to open up automatically. Just have to hit save to finalize this change. And let's go and now add this to the menu. Now, if you're using a different app or a different setup, you might have the URL available. If you don't, I'll show you how to find it anyways. So under online store, if I click on that, it's going to open up my theme section, but where I want to go now is the navigation section. Here I can see the existing menus for my store, and I currently have a main menu, which I want to add this FAQ to. So if I remove this previously added one, I can add a new menu item at the bottom here. If I click that, I can see the name. So you can name this whatever you want. I'm just going to call this FAQ for simplicity, and I know the URL, which I copied, so I could paste this here and then set this to be the link that is gone to when I click this FAQ link here. I can hit add in the bottom right to add that in. I could also add a second one just to show you how to find the FAQ page. Some apps don't have a URL that's easy to find. I'm just going to call this FAQ2. We set up a previous app called Chatty that had an FAQ page as well. The way you added that in was you needed to search for it. You need to search for frequently asked questions, and that's how it showed up in the documentation. And this was created by the app itself, which might be the same for the setup that you're using if you're using something different. So I'll click add here, and that gives me 2 FAQ links. I could rearrange these however I wanted to as a submenu, but I'm just going to add these above the home section for now as 2 separate top level links, and I'll hit save in the bottom right here to add those to my store. I can then go and preview them to make sure everything is loading okay. So on the left hand side menu next to online store, I'll click on the eye icon. I can see my 2 links here in my main menu. So if I click on the first one, I can see the first app that I set up. I can see the toggle and the shipping time that I set up quickly at the beginning of this video. If I click on FAQ2, this was an app I set up in a previous video with pre-filled FAQs. So if I go back to the home page, I can see that they are displayed nicely. To note, if you wanted to add these to the footer menu instead, you could head to navigation again. And by default, I believe there are different menus here for footer and main menu, but you could follow the same process by adding a menu item. If it's not there, you could create a brand new menu, follow that same process. You just have to make sure in your Shopify theme editor, if I were to click on the footer section here and this quick links section, that you want the menu item to be the menu that you created for the footer with the FAQ section. If you've made any sales on Shopify, you know how hard it is to keep track of how much profit your store has actually made. And that's where our sponsor Profit Calc comes in, the one-click profit calculator available for your Shopify store. Once set up, all you have to do is select the date range you're looking for to get real-time calculations, including all your ad spend from Facebook, Google, Snapchat, Bing, Pinterest, and TikTok, as well as many dropshipping cost of goods sold integrations. And it's going to include all the fees from your cost of goods sold to your transaction fees. And it's going to give you tons of different details, metrics, and analytics so you can make smarter business decisions and truly understand your store's performance. There's a 15-day free trial so you can test drive everything for yourself, and I'll leave a link in the description below for the Shopify app listing. You could also search for it in the Shopify App Store by searching for Profit Calc and then looking for this logo in the top left. But there's a 15-day free trial, so make sure you check it out for yourself. So this is going to conclude the video on how to add an FAQ page to the menu of your Shopify store. It basically just requires you to have that FAQ page set up. You want to add it as a new navigation item, and you want to add it to the menu that's either at the top level or the footer level, and you can really do that to whatever section you would like, making it easy for your customers to access. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I would love it so much if you smash that like and subscribe button below If you have any questions, leave a comment, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.